might just have a little chat about all the Premier League teams in the Premier League. We did the bottom five the other day. The bottom five then included it was Burnley, Luton, Sheffield United, Forest and Palace. The bottom five as of today, because we had a few games last night, is Sheffield United, Burnley, Everton, Luton, Forest. Everton could only get a draw with Fulham last night. Sheffield United lost away at Palace 3-2. Forest lost at home to Arsenal 2-1, and Luton battered Brighton 4-0. You gotta love it. So yeah, Brentford are 15th, Forest 16th, like I said, Luton 17th. What a great result for them. They've now had 5 wins in the league, whereas Burnley have had 3 and Sheffield United have only had 2. So we're going to pick up today with Brentford. They are currently in 15th. Let's just make sure we're getting this right. Have I not done one of these teams? 3, 4, 5. I don't think we've done Forest, have we? See, the table's changed since the other day. I don't think we did Forest. So we'll pick up with Forest and then Brentford. Okay, Nottingham Forest. Did we talk about them already? Let me just work this out. So Sheffield United, Burnley, Everton, Luton. Forest lost, so they didn't pick up any points. Palace. 1. We must have done Forest, have we? Oh my god, this is a nightmare. Okay, I recorded the first part of this last week, so as far as I'm aware, we did Sheffield United, Burnley, Everton, Luton, Forest and Palace. So I thought we'd only done 5 teams, I think we should did 6. Anyway, we're going to move on, we're going to go with Brentford. I know we didn't talk about Brentford. Brentford we've finally seen, like, Brentford just sort of plateau a little bit here. I know they've had a bit of a stop-start season. They had no Ivan Toney, like, up until now. He only played 1 Premier League game this season due to his gambling ban. Without him in the team, Brentford are fairly average. They have the other lad, what's his name? The Mbuemo, brilliant player on his day. He could easily, in my opinion, get into it. I'm not saying he's good enough week in, week out in Champions League worthy, etc. But if you put Mbuemo in maybe the Liverpool side, I don't think he'd look out of place. This lad has pace to burn. Maybe a Villa side, etc., etc. Newcastle, he'd improve. Newcastle, Mbuemo would. Very, very good player. They've just signed a young lad from, where's he been signed from? From Belgium. Noosa. Tottenham apparently after him. Brentford have agreed a £25 million deal for him to join next season, I believe. Ivan Toney won't be leaving in this window. It's the 31st today. He ain't going today, is he? Ivan Toney goes into the season for about 80 million quid. And he goes to Arsenal. That's my opinion. And we get Osimhen at Chelsea. Victor Osimhen. But yeah, definitely see Ivan Toney being a prolific striker for Arsenal, annoyingly. I wanted to be United before we got Højlund. Well, that didn't happen. So, that's just the way things go sometimes. But yeah, Brentford will stay up there in 15th place, 22 points. That's 6 points above Everton, who were in 18th. I wouldn't be surprised if Brentford got dragged into a relegation fight, but I think they'll have enough to stay up. I just think, when they first came up, it was quite exciting for their fans, etc., etc. And maybe their fans now would like to see them push on. Am I wrong? Maybe a Brentford fan. But, they've got the money there to spend. Maybe they'll wait for this deal for Tony to go through and then go out and smash the cash a little bit. They've also brought in Sergio Reguilon, the former Man United left back, some reason we let him go back. Even though I believe he's better than Tyrell Malacia, who's our backup left back and always injured. Okay, 13th we have Bournemouth. Now these have surprised me. They have actually been very good this season. Started off not good under Spanish manager. It started off really poor actually. But over the last 2 months or so, they've turned their season around. They're currently 13th. They've got 7 wins, 4 draws, 9 losses. Dominic Solanke has given himself a chance of an England call-up, which, if you told me that at the start of the season, let's put our options on the table here. England strikers, obviously Kane, so goes out saying, Callum Wilson, Ollie Watkins, Dominic Solanke. Is there other options off the top of my head? Good English strikers who are scoring goals. I don't think there is. Tammy Abrahams, he's gone off the boil over at Roma. I don't really hear about him scoring many goals these days. But yeah, them 3 I just mentioned. Watkins I think goes, but surely they'll take another one. Wilson is always injured. Dominic Solanke isn't always injured, and he's in bloody good form this season. So I can see Dominic Solanke getting an England call for the Euros in the summer. And Bournemouth are doing well. They've just loaned out David Brooks to Southampton. The lad's had a stop-start career due to his unfortunate cancer that he had a little while back. Up front they've got Justin Clivert who plays, and I mean, as Clivert's son, I expect a lot more than what you get from him, but he gets 1 or 2 goals. They got Solanke up there, like I say. I don't know a lot about Bournemouth, I don't watch them week in, week out. They've got an Italian defender who I've seen that they signed him like back at the start of the season. And the other day I was reading that he's performing like body brilliantly and being linked to some big moves. I'll tell you what's weird though, this season, this January window, and he's sort of ruining my idea of the big teams in Europe. So you're getting the likes of Napoli signing random players haven't played for ages from Bournemouth, and that happened this window. I can't remember his name now. He's been out injured for ages and ages at Bournemouth, hardly played for them, and they've just sold him to Napoli or loaned him with an option to buy. They had Mangala at Forest, Leon wants him, and there's another one who Juve, oh my god, this is the one, Alcaraz at Southampton, who can't get a game, is being linked with a loan move to Juve. What's that all about? I don't. It's just so odd to see how these great teams have fallen. I just can't get these cheap loan deals. But yeah, Bournemouth are in 13th. They'll stay up. Their manager's doing an alright job now, and they'll go again in the summer. So yeah, they might have a bit of a clear out and bring in some more better quality players. They'll go again. Number 12 in the league, we have Fulham under Silva. So Fulham sold Mitrovic in the summer to the Saudi League, and they brought in Raul Jimenez. They also had the ex-Tottenham striker, I was going to say Vinicius Junior then. Now, what's his name? Something Junior. Oh, bloody hell. You know the lad I'm on about. What is his name? Have a little look. My mind is just all over the shop here, guys, with Fulham players. Let's have a little look. I mean, looking at this, like, this is ridiculous. can't get a game. He's always like injured or on the bench. Willian, I mean, if you have that front three, holy hell, back in there, Pop, Jimenez up front, Traore on the right, Willian on the left, that would be enough to scare any defence going on their day. Palhinha, the one linked to Bayern Munich, he's going to wait to the end of the season for that move now. Alex Iwobi, Andres Pereira, does right for Fulham, in all fairness. Anthony Robinson, left back, had a great season. Bernd Leno has become a really decent keeper for Fulham, better than he was for Arsenal anyway. Calvin Bassey, they signed from, where did they get him from? Wasn't Rangers, was it? He was a former Rangers player that went to Ajax, and then from Ajax he went to Fulham. Yeah. But yeah, Fulham done alright this season. I don't know if they've made any signings. Bobby to cover. And Belgium. You have Bobby Divock-Origi. I can never say his name. He's still going strong. I mean, for a player who is never like elite at the Premier League with a stack of goals, the fact that he's still picked week in, week out by Silva says a lot for what he gives that team. And fair play to him. He's quite limited in my opinion in terms of Premier League quality, but he still gets game time week in, week out. Castagna came in from Leicester, start of the season. Townsend, Adebayo, or however you say his name, he's been linked with moves away from Fulham. Whether or not that happens, I don't think it'll happen in this window. Maybe in the summer. Yeah. Hey, how good is that lad at Luton? Bloody hell! He scored a hat-trick last night for Luton against Brighton. So a little look. Adebayo, is it? Let's have a look, just so I don't ruin his name. Adebayo, my bad. He scored in the first minute, the 42nd and the 56th minute to batter Brighton 4-0. Wow, that was pretty impressive. Yeah, I think Luton's stale because Burnley's and Sheffield United ain't doing that to Brighton. The fact that Luton can, yeah, I think they're stale. Yeah, Fulham, they're doing alright, and I can see mid-table finish for them. But above them, with a game in hand, I think this is even more impressive. You've got Wolves in 11th place, 29 points. This is in Wolves is where I live. This is a Wolves side that have no money to spend at the minute due to financial fair play, etc., etc. They had to sell Ruben Neves. Look at the Wolves team we had, like, what, 4 years ago, and now look at it today. Who's gone out of this team I'm talking about? So, Ruben Neves, gone. Rui Patricio, gone. Adama Traore, gone. João Moutinho, gone. Doherty went, came back. Conor Cody, gone. Raul Jimenez, gone. You know, the only one still standing from and he was only sort of coming through back then, is Pedro Neto. He'll be gone soon enough. So Wolves' team has been completely decimated and they've had to rebuild, and they've done it bloody well on a manager who had like 3 weeks to get the team ready for the Premier League this season in Gary O'Neill. Like they had Lopetegui in charge. He was basically told there's going to be no money to spend, and he was like, I can't do that. What can I do with this team with no money? Bear in mind, he was a former Spanish national manager, former Real Madrid manager. So they gave the call to former Bournemouth manager Gary O'Neill, who was sacked or relieved of his duties wrongly, in my opinion, after keeping Bournemouth up. And yeah, Gary O'Neill's coming in. He's a breath of fresh air at Wolves, honestly. He's going to play some great football, lovely pressing football. They score goals. They got Huang, who's out at the Asia Cup at the minute, but he's been scoring a few goals. They're getting the best out of what's his name? Cunha, the striker. So look at the Wolves side. I watched them against West Brom on the weekend. That was not a classic performance from either side, if we're being honest about it. Here we go. So look. Bloody hell. My phone's playing up here, guys. Trying to use my left hand when I'm right-handed. He's got Pedro Neto, who's, like I said, doing pretty brilliant. Huang is one of their main threats up front when he's playing. Matis Cunha, though, is popping up with goals. João Gomez in midfield. He's out injured, I think, at the minute. Mario Lemina, he is a guarantee for a card week in, week out, but he puts a shift in. And they've just signed his younger brother, an 18-year-old from PSG. Jose Sarr, when he came in, very good these days. Not as reliable, but still mid-level, brilliant goalkeeper. Aït-Nouri has the potential to play for a top team, but needs to start showing more for Wolves first. Sarabia, did you see that goal he scored? I can't remember who it was against a little while ago for Wolves. Wow. Bellegarde, now this lad is something. He's a young, I think he's French, young midfielder. Came in from out of nowhere, and I've only seen him a few times, but he's been pretty good every time I've seen him. Craig Dawson, what a signing. What an experienced head at the back. He went from Watford to West Ham, had a couple of good years at West Ham, and then he's like, I'm not finished here. In the Premier League, I want to go to Wolves now and give them a couple of good seasons. And he's pretty brilliant. Tommy Doyle on loan from Man City. I reckon Steelers sell him in the summer, if not to Wolves and somebody else. Kilman, future England defender, possibly with Chelsea and other big teams. Hopefully he'll stay on at Wolves for at least another season, but if he was to go to Newcastle or West Ham, a team who has maybe more potential than Wolves, you couldn't blame him. And going through the youth academy, or kind of like a youth product, I don't think come through the actual academy, and I think he did. They'd go down well on Wolves' financial books if they were then to sell him for a big profit. Whether or not they will, like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Semedo, still not convinced that we need Semedo at right back, in all honesty. But yeah, very good team. Apparently Lopetegui couldn't get anything out of. Gary O'Neill is pulling up trees with them, and they currently sit in 11th place on 29 points. And there, we're going to leave it, guys. We've got the top 10 to do. We'll do it in one video next time. I mean, if I said at the end of January, the top 10, but in 10th and 9th would be Chelsea and Man United respectively,